If your trading still feels chaotic and you're all over the place, it's not really a market problem, it's a you problem. And it's because you're chasing consistency, but then again, your days and your routines are not consistent, and this is what is the root of all of your problems. You see, you're chasing excitement, but the consistent trader is chasing boredom. There's a huge difference in this, okay? And the difference is whether or not you're going to make it as a trader. If your routine is unpredictable, then that means that your results are going to be unpredictable every single time. You want consistency, but your life isn't consistent. So this is the problem. In this video, we're going to talk about why you should have a boring daily routine and how to go about doing this. It may actually sound simple, but you need to understand a few things about why it's important and how it actually connects to your nervous system so that you can understand it in full. So here's the problem. You wake up at any given time, a random time. You're not waking up at the same time every day, and you don't even go to bed at the same time every day. And already that is a huge disadvantage because you're setting an inconsistent start to your day, okay? And so the first thing you can do is to set the alarm for a right time and wake up at the same time every day, okay? This is going to give you confidence and give you a boost to the way you start your day, okay? So small wins start with simple things as waking up at the same time, making your bed. These little wins stack, okay? They stack up and they build your self-esteem and your confidence and your discipline. So you can start with that. But then you go ahead and then you just rush in to open your charts. You check your phone or your trading view obsessively without any restriction. You don't even have a time that you set to go and open the charts. You just open charts whenever you're bored, whenever you feel like it, whenever you want to sort of a dopamine hit, you just go ahead and turn on your computer and then you're looking at the charts. This is also inconsistent behavior. You need to set apart a specific time every single day that you open the charts and then just to review and plan the rest of the day. And then if you're trading that day, then you have a time where you actually start trading. But the inconsistent trader is basically trading based out of boredom, okay? They don't have a plan. They treat trading as a casino and they just trade to get a dopamine hit because they're bored, they want some excitement, and they think they're going to get it out of the charts. This is not the way to go about it. The inconsistent trader is basically wired for stimulation. Their nervous system is all geared up to be stimulated. Do you understand? So you're doing things for the wrong reason. You're not actually trading. You're just being stimulated. You're chasing stimulation. And this is what is going to cause inconsistency within your results. The inconsistent trader's daily routine is all about chaos. There's no structure in the day. Everything is random. Everything is chaotic. This happens, that happens. They get attention pulled this way, that way. And because of that, they're not able to have that roll over into their trading. Does that make sense? If their daily routine is chaotic and they're all over the place, then the execution is also going to be chaotic and all over the place. And you have to understand that from chaos comes order. You need to maintain order in your daily routine so that you can maintain order within your execution and your trading. You already know the pattern. When you have a good day, you win a trade and then you get overconfident and then you want to continue trading because you get greedy. Okay, that's your nervous system reacting and triggering the greed in you, so you keep trading. Or this is the other pattern that you keep repeating, is that you take a loss and then you get annoyed, so now you want to revenge trade and make back your money because your ego is butthurt. So that is another nervous system reaction. Or even worse, there's no setup. There's nothing happening. It's a slow day. There's no volume. It could even be a bank holiday and you don't even know. And you're bored. So you're looking for something to do. Does that make sense? So now you're just taking random trades because you're bored. All of these things, these three scenarios will affect your consistency. And if you're not aware of it and you're just reacting throughout the day based on that, you can begin to see why your results are not consistent. The consistent trader is in full awareness of this every single day. There are no off or weird chaotic days. Every day is boring and flatline, and it's just the same every day. And that is the secret to becoming consistent. You see, consistency isn't built in your charts, in the way you take trades. It's actually built in your daily habits and your daily routine, okay, in your nervous system. And your nervous system is basically created through the things you do every day in your routine, okay? So your days, if they're overstimulating, okay, then you can see how that's going to affect your nervous system, which then affects your trading decisions. You need to structure your day through routine. The secret to your success that you want to look for, that you're looking for, is within your daily routine, okay? What you can repeat every day without fail. Does that make sense? So that is the major key that you need to master, okay? You need to win your day. You need to win your routine. You need to live and die by the routine, because this is what's going to make or break you in trading. So it's worth paying attention to this. You cannot be random. You see, your routine is your hidden edge. People talk about having an edge in the trading, in the charts. Yeah, okay, you can have an edge in your charts, but the real edge comes from internal. It's the inner edge. That is what is going to get you where you need to be. It's going to give you the consistency. Being that stoic, still boring trader and doing the same thing every day, Monday to Friday, is what's going to give you the edge inside the market that you are looking for. This is where 99% of traders go wrong. They don't understand this. They just think it's all strategy, but it's not. It's all internal. It's actually more internal than it is strategy. So therefore, if your routine is chaotic, then your execution is going to automatically be chaotic as well. And that's not what you want. You see, when you have a routine and you stick to the routine, what happens here is that it creates emotional safety. And safety allows you to detach from any outcome because you're safe. You are in your routine, you're in your element. And then when you are detached, detachment will allow you to stay patient. Does that make sense? Because you're not rushing anything, you're not rushing into trades, and once you're in a trade, you're not rushing to take profits. You're just gonna give it time to play out. So you have to be detached. You see how that works? And when you're patient, this is where you become the sniper. This is the sniper that waits patiently for the opportunity to come, for everything to align. And then when the opportunity presents itself, you take the shot. That is what being a sniper is all about. And that is purely from being patient. And being patient is from being detached. And from being detached is from having a daily routine and feeling safe within that routine. So it all stacks up. If you can understand what I'm saying, you're gonna move ahead real quick, okay, in your trading. You see, boring is not boring. Boring is regulated. Boring is actually being dangerous, okay? That is how you're gonna level up and beat everybody else, by being boring. I don't care if anybody calls me boring, good. I would rather be boring and consistent than being super excited and random and all over the place and getting nowhere in life. Does that make sense? So you need to embrace being boring, okay? Boring is good, okay? Remember that. Boring is good. It's gonna get you to where you wanna go, okay? At least be boring from Monday to Friday when the markets are open, okay? Outside the markets, on the weekends, you can be an animal. You can go do whatever you want, okay? Within reason, okay? So that when you come back on Monday, you're nice and refreshed. You're feeling reset. You're feeling rejuvenated. You're not feeling completely drained from the weekend, okay? That's also not good, okay? But go have your fun, go live your life, and Go do things, okay? Go spend time with your family and your friends and people you care about and do things, okay? Save that for the weekends, but Monday to Friday, you need structured routines, okay? It has to be boring, okay? No sneaky surprises, none of that. Here's a quote that I like. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. Does that make sense? So you're going to fall to wherever your daily habits are. Okay, your goals may be up here, but if your habits are down here, you're always going to go and fall to that habit, because habits is what controls your psychology. Okay, it's what controls your decision makings. Habit is what controls your subconscious mind. So you have to create good habits, and you create good habits by having strong daily routines. You see, if you're trying to trade like a sniper, you have to live like a sniper and be boring, okay? Not the other way around, where you're some rookie amateur just there chasing random and dopamine and you're all over the place, and that's chaos, okay? That is going to, it's going to go against you in the market. You need to be a boring sniper, okay? That is the inner edge. That's the true edge that you're going to get when you do this. You see, when you can control your routine, you can control your state. When you can control your state, you can control your decisions. And when you can control your decisions, you can control your results. Just imagine for a second, you waking up one day, okay, tomorrow or next week, right? And you're feeling calm, you're in control, you're relaxed, you've well rested from a night, and you know what to do every hour of the day. So there's no rush, there's no FOMO, there's no fear, because there's no anxiety, okay? Because you know your day, you know your routine. And just that peace of mind keeps you calm and centered. And that is how you have to be coming into the market. Calm, centered, and focused. And from being like that, that's how you have clarity, that's how you become detached, and basically that's how you're going to win the week, the days and the weeks and the months, and get your consistency by just doing this. And that, my friend, is what a boring routine will give you. So embrace the boring, okay? You need to. Trading is not meant to be some high stakes, octane, dopamine driven gambling buzz. Does that make sense? It has to be boring, okay? When you can make it boring, that's when you're gonna have your breakthrough. So if you resonated with this, it's just because you are basically tired of the chaos in your routine, in your results. You're tired of the emotional spikes and the uncertainty in your trading day and your weeks. And you already know that routine is just the surface level of mastery, of your self-mastery. The actual real work that you need to do is rewiring your internal nervous system, your subconscious programming, the internal side of yourself, okay? It's not strategy, it's what's going on inside of you, okay? This is where you are separated from everybody else. Okay, so you need to work internally. And because of that, that's exactly why I created the Inner Edge Pro. It's a week-by-week program that will rewire and reprogram your internal system, your wiring, your subconscious programming, and your internal state to get rid of things like hesitation, revenge trading, FOMO, fear, doubt, all of these things that are negative patterns that you know that you have, and you don't know why you can't control them. Okay, it's basically a nervous system reaction. So that's what we do within the course. It's the first link in the description. If you want to work on yourself, then check that out. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and like and subscribe. Drop your comments below. Let me know if this resonated with you. And until the next video, you're on your own. Take care now. Goodbye.